exciting guest, the amazing Taraji P Henson. If you've never seen What Men Want, you need to do that immediately. She's an Academy Award nominee, Golden Globe winner. She's amazing. Hi, Taraji.
Hello, how are you?
Thank you so much for joining us. I must ask you about your Instagram and the photos that you've been posting because you look amazing. Please,
Thank you.
I need to say that before anything else. You have so much stuff going on right now. Can you tell me a little bit about what's new in your life?
I'm directing a lot more and producing. I have my deal with 20th Century Fox. I'm very proud of the work that we are going to produce. It is meaningful work. It is work that will heal the world. I think that's what art is supposed to do. And I feel a great responsibility as an artist to do my job and to try and heal the world through my art. So I have a lot going on. A lot of the things I can't say for sure because, of course, contracts and everything, but stay tuned. We're working on the cookies for sure. I can talk about that.
Oh, yeah. So I know that you are working to break down the stigmas around mental health in the Black community. Can you talk about why that was so important and why now? I know why now, but why now?
Well, yeah. Well, it was very important for me because pre-COVID, I was trying to find a therapist for myself and my son, and it was difficult. It was hard finding therapists that were culturally competent. It's not that they don't exist, but pooling them together and finding them was quite daunting. And I just felt my spirit being tugged at, like, this is the problem. And then I started talking to my best friend, who is the executive director of my foundation. And I was like, you know what? And she's been suffering from anxiety since we were young kids. And so I was like, this is a problem in our community because it's taboo. We don't talk about it. So our kids don't even know this is a field that they could go into. And I said, we must do something about it. And so we started the Boris Lawrence Henson Foundation, named in honor of my father, who was a Vietnam vet. Of course, coming back from war, you're going to have some issues. And so, I really couldn't help my dad as much when he was alive. And I feel like this is a great way to help him through a foundation in his namesake.
Yeah. How do you hope that those conversations really evolve? I mean, in your personal life, in your work life, and any advice for also talking to friends?
Okay, so what we did to try and help, because I can sit up here all day long and say I got a therapist and it works for me, but people, especially in the Black community, we have trust issues when it comes to the medical industry, and especially when it comes to therapy, because for us, we have been told to stay strong. If you suffer from mental illness, that's a weakness, so that's not something we embrace in our community. So for me, it was very important to put a face to it. And I felt like me sharing my story and my struggles, putting a face to it, would help free other people to talk about it and make people feel like, wow, I'm not alone. I mean, if she's having issues, then, because I think the misconception of celebrities is that, oh, we're rich and we have no problems. And that's such a myth. Sometimes the money perpetuates the problems that you already have. So everybody has their cross to bear. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how perfect someone's life looks on Instagram. Trust me, there's a struggle there.
So you have your production company. Will you talk a little bit about the projects that you're working on and the voices that you're hoping to amplify?
Okay, so for me, I am gung-ho and discovering new talent because that's what John Singleton did for me in Baby Boy. And it's time to pass the torch. I've done a lot. I've opened a lot of doors, and now I've become a figure who can green light and get projects made. And so for me, my focus is on mental health, things surrounding mental health, normalizing the mental health. If we see ourselves on TV, if we see people who suffer from things that we suffer from and we normalize it, like make a comedy show about it, because I laugh at myself all the time. The more we see it, the more the conversations become normal, right? So I'm really big on programming like that, and specifically to the younger audience. I feel like there's not enough programming for our kids. I feel like they have to process so much adult information, even adult programming, that where is their voice in all of that? So I'm a huge
Mhm.
champion for our younger generation, for the babies. My production team hates when I say the babies, but they're babies to me.
So where do you find this new talent when you talk about, kind of amplifying and discovering and giving someone that kind of opportunity? Where are you finding these people?
I'm reaching out to a lot of casting directors. I'm watching a lot of programming. A lot of the millennials, they don't have a lot of stars in that age bracket. You know what I mean? So I'm having to start to
Mhm.
look at supporting roles here and there to find, and maybe it's someone that has to come in and audition. I'm open to it because that's what I had to do for John. I didn't have a lot under my belt when he trusted me in that leading position in Baby Boy. But I was a trained actress, so I was ready.
That's so funny. Um, I mean, I'm ready. If you want to cast me in a movie, I'm ready. But
I will.
anyway, I know you have a new Facebook Watch, which you're co-hosting with your best friend. What is it
Mhm.
like to work with your best friend? I don't know if that's easier or harder to do.
Oh no, it's so easy. We did a lot of plays together coming up. So creating is something we're good at doing. I think we balance each other. She's a Libra, I'm a Virgo, and I was like the Spitfire growing up, and she kind of balanced me.
And what is the show about? What kind of topics are you covering?
I kind of want to get rid of the myth that celebrities don't suffer. So I would like to call in some of my colleagues so we can talk about, issues that they may be dealing with in the industry. Because this is tough being an artist, being so vulnerable. When we get, we expose our art to the world, that is the most naked feeling because it's vulnerability. You're putting yourself out there to be criticized and picked apart by the world, basically. So, I'm sure that triggers insecurities. And if you are dealing with some mental things, or it can trigger that. So, I want to marry celebrities and regular everyday people so they can see that they're not alone and talk about issues and give them tools, guide them in the direction to get the help that they need. This is a show that will help people. It will be a show that at the end, we will have a safe place for people to talk, to contrast and compare, to that they can talk and feel like they're not alone. Hopefully, we will um, have people not afraid to try therapy. At the end of the day, this is a show where we can eradicate the stigma, basically.
I mean, this whole event is about conversation and, exactly what you're saying and thought starters. So what makes a conversation kind of a safe conversation or that environment for you? What are those key things that this is someone I can open up to, this is something I can share with?
For me, it's all about a feeling. My gut doesn't lie. I can feel a room. I can feel people's energy. That's why I protect mine. I don't have a lot of people around me. I'm really particular about who puts their hands in my hair, because it's my brain. So once I have a feeling that I feel safe, or if the message that I have to convey feels like it's needed, then it's bigger than me, right? It's bigger than me. I feel like this journey called life is bigger than all of us. Once you find your purpose, that's what we're here for, to find our purpose. And our purpose, supposedly, is to help humans. We're all here
Mm-hmm.
for each other. What's $1 billion if you're going to keep it to yourself? There's no way I
Completely.
could be a billionaire and be okay driving down the street seeing homeless people. There's no way I would be able to live with myself. I'm not the richest person in the world, but whatever I have, I share. I started my foundation with $250,000 of my own money, because what is all this money I have if other people in the world are suffering and I can do something about it?
Completely. So your time is obviously so precious. These conversations are precious. How do you choose the projects that you work on? What does the future look like for you?
It's odd. I'm an odd bird. I choose the projects that scare the life out of me. because if it scares me, that means there's a fear I need to overcome. That means at the end of that fear, there will be growth. On the other side of that fear, there is a growth. And through that growth, as this character, someone in the audience will grow. Because if I'm not scared, that means I can do this with one hand behind my back. That's not challenging me, which therefore is not going to challenge the audience. So that's how I pick my projects. It has to scare the hell out of me.
Because we're just among friends here, can you tell us what some of your favorite projects you've done are? I mentioned What Men Want. I just watched that. I guess it's pretty recently, right? A year or two ago, and I was peeing in my pants on an airplane. I thought it was so funny, but that doesn't have to be your favorite just because it's mine. But what are some of your favorite projects you've worked on?
I guess my favorite would be Baby Boy, because that was my first breakout role. Talk to Me is one that a lot of people missed, and that was me starring myself, Don Cheadle, and Chiwetel Ejiofor. It was a period piece, and I loved rocking the afro and those outfits. Hidden Figures, of course. Come on, that was groundbreaking.
I also love Hidden Figures. That's true. I forgot. I also am a huge fan.
That's such a girl power film, you know.
I know. It's a Marie Claire film.
Yes. And of course, What Men Want. I don't think a lot of my fans know that I actually came out to LA to do comedy. Actually, I started off on the path of comedy. I did Sister Sister. People are just finding these episodes and they're like, that's Taraji. Like, yeah, because I thought I was going to land a sitcom. And I booked Baby Boy and it was all drama from there.
Well, the title of this panel is Compassion and Leading with Confidence and Compassion. What is an important leadership quality for you? You know, now you're also producing. Tell me about what that's like for you.
Leadership? Well, specifically in what I do, because whatever my name is attached to, I'm responsible for that entire crew, that entire production. So if I'm out here reckless, I can potentially, if I'm fired, that could ruin a lot of people's livelihoods. You know what I mean? So I take great responsibility when I attach my name onto something. I am the captain of the ship. I am. And I take great pride in that, because I remember when I was doing my Christmas special for Fox. This is right around Christmas when a lot of the productions are shut down, and just the joy of watching that crew walk around knowing I get to make this extra money right before Christmas. You know what I mean? And knowing that it was because of me made me feel so good. And so I love being able to green light projects, because in a way I know I'm helping people that I love, crew members that I love and know, or just people in general feed their families, you know, or go on that vacation or save up for whatever it is. And that makes me feel good. That brings joy to me.
Can you tell me a little bit about the stigmas that Black women are facing right now and what you're doing to combat that?
Well, here's the thing that I want us to take into consideration. And I understand the notion behind, or the meaning, or the meaning behind strong Black woman or Black girl magic. I get it. It's to lift us up. But you have to be careful with that term, because what it does is it dehumanizes our pain. You know, we're not fairies. I can't rebound from pain or the loss of my son to the law and nothing being done about it. And I have to be quiet and forgive and be nice. And, you know, that's not fair to me. I am human and I hurt. And I think those terms like that are the reason why Black women die in the emergency room or giving birth, because we are known to be strong. Oh, she can deal with that pain. You know, you don't understand how other people take that term and maybe take it out of context, or maybe go, oh, they really are strong. They don't need as much, you know, help. You know, so you have to be careful with terms like that. And so I'm speaking out about it. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, conversation. It's really powerful to just get it out there and speak to other people that you trust.
Yes, absolutely.
2020 is almost over. What are the things that you want to happen in 2020, and what are you looking forward to in 2021?
I'm scared for 2021. I mean, everybody's going, 2021, hurry up and get here. Like, miraculously, it's going to get rid of COVID. Like, we still have hurdles and obstacles, a lot of them in our way. I just want to continue to champion for honest conversations so we can heal the trauma that this nation, everyone in this nation, has experienced over the decades. And I want to continue to push open, honest, compassionate conversations that'll get us on the right side of history.
I also talked to Phoebe about affirmations, and obviously Michelle Obama is the queen of affirmations. But do you have anything that you tell yourself that lifts you up and keeps you going?
That I'm enough. And in the world of social media, you have to wake up every day and look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that. Because if you fall into the trap of the facade and the smoke and mirrors of people's photoshopped lives on Instagram, it can do a lot of damage. So you have to find that balance. And that's what I do every day. I wake up every day and I fight for me every day.
I love that. You're enough. Thank you so much, Taraji. I really, really appreciate you talking. It was such a pleasure to see you.